Welcome to Implausible Nature, your home for all things Black Templar. On today's video, we're going to do something a little different. This is the first in a series that I'm calling Templar Tips. The aim is to have videos that are 5 minutes in length or less, and to cover rules interactions that are either interesting, or useful, or maybe even tricky to understand, and to clarify them and talk about how to use them not only for us as Space Marine players, but also as 40k players, because they may not always involve something specific to Black Templars. Instead, it could also be something that is relatable to something you might face in a game or just a general tactic or tip. So, what better way to start it off than with a classic stratagem that I feel has only gotten better with the supplement, and that is Devout Push. So, let's take a look at the stratagem itself. It is a 1 CP strat, and you use this stratagem at the start of the fight phase. Now, this is crucial. It does not say your fight phase, it says the fight phase, which means that you can use it in your opponent's fight phase as well. So you select one Black Templar's core or one Black Templar's character unit from your army, and then select one of the following. If that unit is not within engagement range of an enemy unit, make a normal move of up to 3 inches with that unit. It must end this move either closer to the closest enemy unit or closer to the closest objective marker. That unit cannot use this move to embark within a transport model. Or, if that unit is within engagement range of any enemy units, make a pile-in move with that unit. So what does this allow us to do? Well, there's a number of applications for this. The most obvious is its movement outside of our regular movement phase. Anytime that you can move outside your movement phase is always going to be powerful ability. So you can do things to, potentially move during your opponent's turn to make it easier for you to get into charge range the next turn. The difference between something like a 9-inch charge and a 6-inch charge is huge. So that is a huge buff that we can give ourselves, and your opponent really can't do anything about it because it's at the start of the fight phase. So charges have already happened. So the other another use of this is, as you can see here, we've got our attack bike, which we've positioned to shoot at this Necron Doomstalker. And once we are done in our fight phase, we can scoot behind terrain here so that the Necron player either has to move to try to get an angle or maybe just not shoot at that unit at all. Bob and I typically call this playing peekaboo. And you can do this not just with, attack bikes, but any core unit. So things like Hellblasters or Eradicators, really great targets for this, where you can push out forward and then move backwards towards an objective, which is one of the big changes that is really important with this, is being able to go towards an objective versus just the enemy units. Before, if we wanted to get closer to an objective with this, in the old wording, you had to do some shenanigans where you kind of move sideways, but also a little bit closer. We don't have to worry about that anymore. We can go directly for that objective, push onto it, to do something like use another great stratagem at the start of our turn called Strength of Conviction. So you can use that to take objectives along with Devout Push from an opponent that was thinking they maybe had that secured from you. Another use of this is while you're already engaged. Now, it gives you an additional pile-in at the start of the fight phase, and this can be used in a number of different ways. For example, you are now getting 2 pile-in moves. Just by that self, that is a total of 6 inches. So if you charged and you need to get your guys in there a little bit extra, or maybe use it to slingshot them around the other side of the unit, you can do that. As you see here, this is a total of 6 inches, and this is a legal pile-in move using Devout Push, and then your pile-in move after that for a total of 6 inches. This could also, in theory, be a single pile-in move if you are buffed by Canticles of Hate, which adds 3 inches to all pile-in and consolidate moves. So another really powerful application there. You can also use it to move block or block lanes. So let's say an opponent charged and they barely made it and only got a model or two in, and you want to prevent, them from getting to a character maybe that got due to casualties or whatever the case may be, maybe was left a little exposed. You can use this to swing around and protect that character before your opponent has a chance to pile into them and potentially attack them. So those are some of the great uses that we have for Devout Push. Let me know what you think down in the comments. How do you guys utilize this awesome stratagem? I highly recommend making use of it, saving at least a few CP for this in use in your games. And that's all I've got for you guys today. And we'll see you next time.